Hello, Lucy. Welcome. How are you doing? Need to remember to turn my phone off here. Every phone in the UK is going to get an alert today, an emergency alert test. I don't want it to interrupt the stream. There we go. Started out Hollow Knight. It's so cinema. It is cinema. It is absolute cinema. I saw you had reached the first point where you see Hornet. Just going to wait a couple more minutes to allow time for anyone to pop in. I just tried to unlock my phone like less than a minute after I turned it off. Oh dear. Just got out of that jelly room area thingy with the station. You mean Fog Canyon? Hello, Scarlet King, welcome. Movement still kicking my arse? Well, less so since I unlocked the dash. But I mean, probably it will. Yeah, that, okay, yeah. Yeah, Fog Canyon's a bit of a wild area. Gotta get to a bench, do not feel safe, just paused in a random spot. Yeah. Okay, let's get the game on screen. That one. There we go. And let's just jump right back in. Last thing I did last time, to remind ourselves, was... Hello, Seamstress. I got that. She really do just float. It's kind of funny. It's very funny. Hello, Lily. Skong indeed. I do love that you can just sprint. Now, where do I actually have that I should go? I think there was stuff right to get. Stuff... Wait, she didn't mantle. Oh, hey. Oh, I see. Okay, so you can do a precise drop if you don't turn back, but sometimes you want to turn back because of how you want to hit things. And that causes you to mantle sometimes. Okay. There is left, but I believe, like... I mean, just look at that on the map. I can't really... Let's get the big map. I don't have like a crosshair. Hide key? Oh, show pins key. Oh, interesting. But that face on the map there, that's a boss, because it was a boss in the trailer. What crests do I have? These ones. Honestly, I feel like the only crest I have that's actually any good so far is the compass. Compass superiority, as always. This one's not bad. I'm not sure if it counts as a crest. It's a tool. Yeah, neither of these are like actually good. I don't think I have explored. There was further right I'm pretty sure I could go. I could be wrong. We'll see. I'm pretty sure I was able to go further right from here. I want to check. No, I didn't think so. Yeah, let's... Yeah, okay. I wanted to make sure that I didn't get any, like, actual iframes from, Hello? What's this? It's just a dead person. Yeah, don't talk about like anything you've seen on the internet about this game, because high chance it's spoilers. All I know is trailers, and I want to keep it that way. Hello, earthly entity, welcome. Okay, well, I failed. There we go. Ow, you weren't meant to do that. You're a big meanie. Yeah, I did fight a couple of enemies in here. I don't remember if there was more that I could go to though. Oh, do you only do horizontal? Oh, you do. Rip for you. Bench found, nice. Yeah, I don't think I went through that door. Let's double check up here to see if there's anything else I missed this way though. Okay, yeah, I got that, and then I can't get over the spine. And I think I went this way. Oi! I forgot about that. Yes, I did go that way. Ooh, you absolute bastard. Oi! Okay, that was close. You mean the one that goes ahoy? You should hear some of the sounds in original Hollow Knight. They're even weirder. Did he die of full damage? Oh no, he's here. Right, yeah, I haven't been this way. More lava. Who could have thought it? What's that? I bet I can grapple to that when I get a grapple. Okay, well, that's an explosion. I thought it was gonna blow up part of the floor. It just killed them. The whole pogo mechanic is a bit weird too. It feels inconsistent. The pogo in Hollow Knight is really consistent. The downwards attack in this game is way worse, Lucy. It's really hard to control. But the pogo is consistent once you get it. You just gotta get it. It's difficult to learn. This one, oh, this is fun. You can run up little. She actually mantles up those while you're running. Oh, it's. He does 2 damage. So many things do 2 damage in this game. It's actually wild. Okay, and he does. I hate it. Oh no, wait, he didn't do 2 damage. I'm confused. Was I already damaged? I feel like that happened last time as well. I thought something did 3 damage, but it only did 2 on the next time I looked at it. I see how you work. You can poke off enemies pretty easy, but spikes are so weird. I feel like spikes are not that weird. But, I mean, I'm also used to the game, so I don't know how much I can say with regard to weirdness. Maybe you need to be like earlier? I don't know. Speaking of spikes. Okay, you're that way now. Okay, the diagonal. Okay. Genuinely cannot do that part with those spikes on the walls at Crossroads. I bet I know which bit you mean, and that bit is hard. Technically, if I know the bit you're talking about, technically pogoing the spikes isn't the intended way for new players to get through there. Although it is a thing, it is possible. But it is hard. What's a little pilgrim's name again with the bonfire? You want to try and draw some art of him and Hornet. Little pilgrim with a bonfire. Oh, you mean the one just at the center of Bone Bottom, Earthly Entity? I think that one's name was just Little Pilgrim. Oh, this is going to destroy the... This is going to be a shortcut. Can you perish, please? Shortcut. Yes, shortcut. Shortcut, let's go. The whole walls aren't filled with spikes or space between them. Yeah, yeah, that's the bit I think you mean, yeah. So you can pogo those spikes. Pogoing wall spikes is difficult, but it's difficult to learn, I'll say. Pogoing wall spikes. That isn't the part that's intended to teach you pogoing wall spikes, because it's one of the hardest parts to do it. But you can do it. I hate the down attack in this game. I hate it. Ugh. Yeah, get down there. I don't want to see you again. Yeah, that bit's easier if you come back. Yeah, well. There we go. Right, where did this guy go? He went down there. Does he have a cough? I swear he was just coughing there. My guy is unwell. Fucking door. Unbelievable. Yikes. He kind of attacks a bit like Watcher Knights. The little pilgrim at the bone marrow thing. The pilgrim in the marrow is not, absolute bastard, is not the same as the one at the bonfire, I don't think. I think Bone Bottom is a different area to the marrow. Was it the singing one or the not singing one? Almost got stuck at the oversized beetle part. That's where you get the ranged attack. It looked like a boss arena. Didn't want to go there yet. Ah, yeah, fair. Yeah, it kind of is sort of a semi-boss arena because it does lock you in so that it can force you to learn the mechanic. So I can see why you would think like that. One by the fire and the first bench. Okay, yeah, that one's the one in Bone Bottom. I think that's just called Little Pilgrim. Right. I am, in fact, forced to go back and fight the boss, which is classic. So... I've fallen in the... I haven't fallen in the lava. I'm the goat. Unfortunate. You just thought that something difficult was there considering everywhere was covered in torches and skulls. Yeah, I mean... I suppose in a way, you could say something difficult was there. Because, like, the first encounter with that, with the boulder is not, like, easy. Right, this is a boss that I'm coming up on. There you go. Fourth chorus. What do I hit? Hands? Hands? Oh, head. Well, I couldn't fucking everything. My god, I can't fucking. There was nothing I could do there. Oh, I don't like this one. What's it gonna do? My god! They just keep falling. Can I hit them? I couldn't do anything! That's bullshit! I couldn't do anything to get out of that. Oh, for God's sake. It's another boss I don't like. I've liked one boss in this game so far. Oh, I really don't like... I just don't like the mechanics of that. I just don't like the mechanics of it. It's another more platforming focused one. I don't think anyone who's here was among those who watched my single bow stream. Entire game seems more platforming focused. Yes, it is, and I don't like it. Like, I mean, I like the game overall, but I don't like that. Yeah, I don't think anyone who's here was among those few who watched my bow stream, but there was the boss in that fucked up the floor as well underneath it. That was also more platforming focused, and I didn't like that either. I really don't like that you're trapped here. I think that's bullshit. There was never a point in Hollow Knight where you got trapped in an area with a boss and you couldn't get out of it until you beat the boss. And I think that factors into a kind of linearity that this game has so far. It is a Metroidvania, but it doesn't feel like one, because it's a lot more linear with its progression so far. Like, he's not here, but he's about to come back. The screen just doesn't go. I nearly got knocked into the fucking lava by his scream. Oh my god, his head is so fast. Let me hit you. Like, look how little floor there is left. Hit him. Hit him. Thank you. Okay, I'm doing a little better so far. Okay, I think what you need to do... Oh. I missed with my... Unbelievable. Yeah, you need to use that glide. I don't... Well, that's just unfair. I'm dead. Fuck off! It's so bullshit. If you get caught, if you get hit by the one thing there, then there isn't time to recover to avoid the second hit, because you lose height from being hit. And because he destroys so much of the floor, and the floor takes ages to come back, there's... The biggest problem with this game, every fight is a dream fight. Now, Lucy doesn't know what that means because Lucy hasn't got far enough in Hollow Knight. But every fight is a dream fight. And that's just not fun. Like, you don't have enough health. Plus, you don't have enough healing. Combined is just like... Fuck. No, the dream fights are good, Lucy, and the reason they're good is because they're rare. And you don't... You're not fucking locked in an area until you beat one. Like, I can't get out of here until I beat this boss. Which is insanely stupid. That's not how Metroidvanias should work. Oh my god. Hit the fucking head. Why would you destroy over there? I can't hit you over there. Why is he doing it twice? There was nothing I could do to escape that! It's so bad. Oh my god, when you hit the fucking head. I'm on one thing. You just can't hit him during this phase because it's not safe. I'm dead. Yeah, well, I'm not dead, but I'm down there. It's so bad. If he just decides to... Like, where's my floor? Thank you. He can just destroy... tried to destroy the floor in such a way. I'm getting hit there. Fun. What are you doing now? Phase 3? Oh, fuck off with your smaller floor. I can see those things at the side. It's bullshit. Because the floor, you can't control it. Let me hit the fucking... Oh wait. I can't hit that. I can't hit that. I can't hit that. I can see what I'm supposed to do and I can't hit it. That hit me! That hit me! What's the point of that? I can see what I've got to do. It's stupid. And the fights are so long. You got to destroy them both, and it's stupid. The fights are... No, I'm not good. I'm extremely annoyed at Team Cherry because I really feel like they have gone back. They've taken, like, 2 steps forwards, 5 steps back with this game. The fights are so long, you have no health, everything does double damage, the floor gets destroyed, and then they introduce a puzzle element in the last phase of the fight, which you then don't have the proper time to work out how to do, because the fight is so fast. It's just a bad fight. And you are stuck here until you do the fight. You're like, what is this? What is this game design? It's terrible. How do you put the lace fight and this shit in the same game? It's like Miyazaki doing both Gale and Wolnir. Like, how are you able to produce a fucking work of art and also a steaming pile of shit in the same game? I need a Morse code translator for some reason. Hello, Dax. I'm gonna have to ask that you generally don't... Okay, please don't call me man. It's explicitly masculine term, but hello. I'm gonna have to ask that. Unless it's ma'am. Is it ma'am or man? I've got two different... Which one is it? Man with an N. Okay. Right. But yes, for moderation reasons, please please not Morse code is what... Thank you, Lily, because that's what I was... It is ma'am. Okay. Okay, well, ma'am is fine, but Morse code is not. That is what I was going to say. So thank you, Lily, for getting that out while I was stuck in, like, trying to say 3 different sentences at once. Lucy, I think you need to give up on understanding how the crown works. Right, let's try and do this absolute dog shit again. Abysmal dog shit. Hit him. I'm gonna give up. I'm actually gonna crash out. What was that dog shit? I feel like it's practically like I feel like it's practically impossible to actually tell where his stupid hand's gonna land. But like, in what world did that destroy those two rather than the two next to me? What do you mean? Like, I'll take it, but what? Oh my god. Stop destroying those, I can't hit you. Fucking hell. I just didn't get enough height. Oh my god, I love it when the game is bad. Music's good, but the game is bad. Why are you smacking in the lava? Oh. Will you just fucking die? I don't want to play your fight anymore. I don't want to play your fight anymore. That's bullshit. I missed! How did I miss? I'm gonna die. I'm dead! I missed again! Oh my god! I cannot! I can't do this fight. I hate it. I'm stuck in a place and I hate the fight. I can't do it. I actually can't do it. It's unbelievable. It's not good for my mental health and I cannot do it. Yeah, take a break. Fucking not even 40 minutes into the stream. And then what? After the break, I go in, and 5 minutes later, I need another break. Like, I mean, the game's not going to get easier. There is no difficulty options for this game. The game needs a difficulty update. It doesn't need difficulty options. It needs, for most things, to not deal double damage like in the previous fucking game. Like, the lava can deal double damage, that's fine, that makes sense. The boss and the lava should not deal double damage, especially when the boss is capable of destroying literally the entire arena. Yeah, like in Hollow Knight, there were 1 or 2 enemies early on that did double damage, but most things, even late game, most things didn't do double damage. Including the vast majority of bosses. Like, even very late game bosses, even if they had attacks that did double damage, most of their attacks did 1 damage. And not all very late game bosses even had any attacks that did double damage. But you've got almost every boss and a lot of non-boss enemies doing double damage, while you have still just 5 masks to start with, but a slower rate at which you can gain mask shards. Like, definitely much slower to get another mask in this game than it is in Hollow Knight. And the healing is different, so it takes the same amount proportionally of your silk to heal as it did for your soul in Hollow Knight, but you need a full silk. It's full silk for 3 heal, no ability to spend less silk for a heal. Yeah, that is absolutely the worst mechanic of the game, is the way the healing works. Like, I can't spend a third of my silk bar to heal 1 mask. I have to have a full silk bar, which means a number of things. First of all, in a game that's already faster paced, where you have less health and you take more damage, you also have less opportunities to heal. But additionally, it means that I don't ever want to use any of my special abilities, because that means that I'm further away from a heal. Like in Hollow Knight, if I have a third of my soul bar and I don't need to heal right now, I just chuck out a spell. I just chuck out like Vengeful Spirit, because I know that I only need another third of that bar to get a heal. But in Silksong, I'm like, well, I'm not going to use my Adina like thrust, because that means I go from needing to get 2/3 of my bar for my next heal to needing to get my whole bar to get my next heal. It's just insanely stupid. It means you're never going to use your abilities. And then that thing at the end where you have to go up to the top and hit those, the biggest problem with that is this guy can do something while you're at the top and you don't know what he's doing, necessarily, because you're focusing on trying to hit the thing. So then you're coming back down and you're having to float back down into an arena that you don't know what the state of it is. When they decided this wouldn't be a DLC, you think that make it easier. It just feels like the game is designed for people who've been playing Hollow Knight for 7 years and need a challenge. Right, but the thing you don't... Yes, I agree that it is clearly still tuned like it's a DLC, even though it's no longer a DLC. But the thing is, I've played 450 hours of Hollow Knight. I have done Hollow Knight 100% deathless. I have done almost to... I've almost done the boss rush of every boss in the game, including some bosses replaced by harder versions of themselves. I've almost managed to do that. I have completed the entire game with an invisible character. I've done one of the hardest bosses in Hollow Knight with an invisible character hitless, and I'm crashing out at this. So it's not even designed for people who've been playing Hollow Knight for 7 years. It's designed, I think, for people who've been playing Silksong for 7 years. I think Team Cherry have taken so long to make this game that they've forgotten what it's like to not be good at the game, so they don't know how to tune the damage at the difficulty at the beginning. They've spent 7 years on Silksong, so they've got so good at Silksong that they've thought, okay, it needs to be a bit harder at the beginning, but it didn't need to be harder at the beginning. That's what I think's happened. It is also designed for people who play more platformers. Like, I normally don't play Metroidvanias because the platforming is such a big part of it. Like Bow, I never finished that because I never really... it was very platform focused, and even though I was enjoying it like while I was playing it, I never had the impetus after I stopped the first stream to go back to it, because I was like, well, I don't really want to do the platforming part, which was most of the game. Hollow Knight I was able to play because it's more combat than platforming. There are platforming sections. Most of them, with the exception of White Palace, aren't that difficult, and they're more rare and in between. Like the platforming that you have to do in the standard areas that are not optional is quite easy, even up to the end of the game. It would be better to have the old movement back, yes, but it still wouldn't fix it, because the boss fights and everything is so much more designed around platforming. Like the one boss in Hollow Knight, Lucy, how much do you care about spoilers for Hollow Knight? Because I know you're playing it right now. I don't know how much I should say. No, this is not like a super big one. Okay, I'll be not specific. I can think of maybe 3 bosses that have a large... No, 3, 4? Let's say 4 bosses that have a moderate to large platforming element to them in Hollow Knight, out of like 40-something bosses. So like less than 10%. All of those are bosses I am bad at. Those are like 4 of the bosses I'm the worst at. But you did watch my randomizer. Like, one of which is the super difficult secret boss that is the only boss in the game I haven't beaten. But in this game, it feels almost every boss is to some degree designed around platforming. The only boss that felt properly like a Hollow Knight boss to me was Lace, which coincidentally was the one I did first try and is also my favorite. And by coincidentally, I mean as a matter of causation. But I really feel like, I don't know, I just feel like barring like an update that reduces the number of things that do 2 damage and allows you to heal the way you healed in Hollow Knight, I do feel to an extent like I might genuinely not finish Silksong. Like, I don't even know if I can bear going back in to do another attempt at this boss. And I am stuck in this area until I beat this boss, which is another stupid bit of game design that goes against how Metroidvanias... Daksh, please do not use masculine terms for me. I am not a he, I am a she. I don't want to have to keep telling you, please. What was I saying? But yeah, that's another thing that goes against the design of Metroidvanias. It's, I mean, the game was already feeling more linear than Hollow Knight, but actually making you stuck in an area until you beat a boss. Like, not stuck in like an earlier, like how you had to beat that one boss to get out of the tutorial, although that is, again, more linear than Hollow Knight. You didn't have to beat a boss to escape the tutorial in Hollow Knight, and you immediately had a choice of 2, technically 3 if your movement is good, bosses that you can do first in Hollow Knight. Whereas, but like, more than just forcing you to go through one boss to get out of the tutorial, it's an area that you've gone into and then you're locked out of getting back to the older areas until you beat that boss. That's so stupid. It doesn't feel like Metroidvania design. It doesn't feel like the point of Metroidvanias is that you can go lots of different ways. Like, if you're up against a boss and you can't beat it, you go somewhere else, you come back when you're stronger and when you're better. But here, there's literally nothing for me to do but attempt this boss. Correction, Lucy, the only good Silksong boss was Lace. The tutorial boss was mid. Like, it was easy, it was fine, like the mechanics were okay. It was basically just Vengefly King, but a bit harder. But the only good boss was Lace. Yeah, Skong is really not much of Metroidvania. I suppose to you that's a good thing. To me, that's a really bad thing, because that's what Hollow Knight was. And that element of being... I don't think I was giving particularly big praise to the tutorial boss. Like, there was nothing bad about it, but it wasn't like... I was never giving it like glowing praise, being like, oh, that's such a good boss. It's just like, yeah, it's a fun boss. It's fine. Like, it's like B or C tier, you know, it's fine. I enjoyed it. But yeah, the fact that, like, it doesn't even need to be like as Metroidvania as... Well, that was true, Lucy. That was true until Lace. It was the only one that was like fine until I reached Lace. But it doesn't need to be as Metroidvania as Hollow Knight. It just needs to not lock you into somewhere where the only option you have is to try and beat a boss, and you don't have any option of going somewhere else or getting stronger. Like, it's not like a From Software game where they can put you up against a wall and say you have the option of trying to just beat this boss repeatedly, or you can level up to get stronger. Silksong is still functionally mechanically like a Metroidvania. The only way to get stronger is to get more abilities, or to get more mask shards, which are scattered around the level. You can't just kill enemies to get stronger, like in games that have a level up system. In that type of game, you cannot lock someone in to forcing them to have the only thing they can do is to attempt a difficult boss, because it's just going to make them go, well, I can't do this. As it is with me. And I mean, like, I know physically I can do it. Like, I should have done it there, but for some reason Hornet decided to fire the wrong way 600 times. But I don't want to do it. I hate it. And none of it feels fair. A large part of it is also to do with where the hand lands versus which tiles are destroyed. I feel like there's weird correlation there. Like, sometimes the hand will be touching 2 tiles, but only one of those tiles will get destroyed, and another one next to one of those two will get destroyed that the hand isn't touching. Yeah, the arenas are fine. Although technically, I do want to complain slightly about the arenas, because that guy with the big hammer that kicked my arse, I was looking back at that in the VOD, and he's not a boss. That's an arena. He doesn't have a boss name come up. So I don't know what's going on with that. I think he's technically above the prison. I don't mean the guy with like the little bell that I just killed, or the thief, but yeah, he's near the prison. Yeah, but he's not actually, he doesn't have a boss name, and I don't think I'm actually locked into that arena. I never tried to leave, but it doesn't look like there's anything blocking me from leaving when I look at the VOD. That does mean I might be able to, like, cheese him. Probably not, though, because he's just going to dive into the ground. That's another thing. There are a lot more enemies that can go into the ground. I want to play Minecraft. I want to play Silksong, but Team Cherry don't seem to want me to play Silksong. But yeah, Lace was the only boss really, like the only proper boss that felt like a Hollow Knight boss. And I didn't even get to fight her multiple times. What success is that bosses have more than 2 phases? I'm fine with bosses having more than 2 phases, but like an early game boss shouldn't have this many phases. Like, if you exclude the tutorial boss, he's actually the 3rd boss of the game. And he has 3 phases. Like, what are you talking about? And they are ridiculously long. That's another thing. Like, I feel like I'm doing so little damage. Boss fights in this are so long compared to Hollow Knight. 4th boss gonna have 4 phases, you can feel it. I'm trying to think what's the most phases a boss has in Hollow Knight. I think technically you could say that the super secret boss that I've never beaten has 5 phases, but one of them's really short, so I don't know if it counts. It's more of a transition phase than a proper phase. So like 4.5 would be the most, and that boss is like the pinnacle of like optional difficulty in Hollow Knight. Clearly they want you to use your abilities more, which would be fine if you didn't have to hoard all your soak for potential heal. Right, but 90% of that fight, you can't hit the bro's head with your fucking thrust ability because it's too high up. It's a horizontal ability. So that doesn't even work. You might be able to pull it off as you're jumping over his hand because his head comes down a bit, but it would be difficult to get consistently, and if you miss, then it's just like, okay, well, you just used a whole load of silk for no fucking gain. Oh yeah, when his head is down on the platform between phases, yeah. I have used it there a couple of times, but I actually feel like I don't know what the damage value is for that thrust, but you can get like 7 hits on his head if you're just doing normal attacks because they're so fast. So I feel like that's genuinely probably more damage than one of those thrusts. Like the equivalent to that in Hollow Knight would be nail arts, and they didn't do that much more damage. They were like twice the damage of a single nail swing. You're convinced that doesn't even deal damage, only gives you silk? Well, I need silk. So there is that, but if it doesn't deal damage, that's insanely stupid. But like, I'm just sitting here like, I want to get back to the rest of, like, the area that I found that I had to pogo across, right? I don't have to pogo across there anymore. I have dash now. So I can go back to that area and do that area. But I can't because I'm locked behind this stupid boss. Like, I can't get back there. No, I'm not using cheats. Popular user-defined tags for this product. Metroidvania. Incorrect. So either suffer and hope that the game is better after, or cheat and probably quit right after because you just lose all motivation. Yeah. I feel like I feel like I understand how fans of Dark Souls 1 felt when Dark Souls 2 released. Except Dark Souls 2 is a better game than Silksong. Really gives late game boss vibes. Yeah, but it's the 4th boss of the game if you're including the tutorial boss. 3rd boss if you're not. Like, what? Maybe this is where the DLC was meant to end, which would explain the difficulty, but this is not the end of a DLC anymore, so that's why it's still hard. I don't feel like this is where the DLC is meant to end. I don't know what the story of the DLC would have been if it just ended here. That would be a very, very short DLC. Maybe a midway point, yeah, I could see that. They thought like, hey, since this is taking forever to develop, let's make the game hard because by the time it comes out, everyone will get good. I genuinely think it was different. I genuinely think it took so long to develop that they got so good at the game that they felt it needed to be harder because they reached a point where they were playing the early game areas again thinking, oh, this is too easy. No, this needs to be a bit harder because like this is just a blowout, but neglected to realize that that's because they'd been playing it for so long that they'd got good at it. I genuinely believe that's what's happened. Devs really shouldn't test their games. I mean, I feel like this game had plenty of testers. In fact, I know this game had plenty of testers. It's known that this game had plenty of testers. Also, where is it? Yeah, according to Steam, this game fully supports my controller. But that's a lie because it gives me Xbox prompts. And I'm using a PS4 controller. That isn't really relevant. Like, that's the most minor complaint possible. But I just thought I would say that because, you know, Steam, why are you always lying? Game needs a difficulty or honestly just an accessibility patch in general. It needs a difficulty patch. Like, I guarantee you, if you go to the Nexus page for Silksong, there will be like 5 mods for reducing the number of enemies that do double damage. If I do finish this game, subsequent playthroughs are all going to be with mods that restore, like, elements of original Hollow Knight functionality. And I think with those mods it will be a significantly superior game. I'm going to turn my microphone off for this attempt. My microphone was off that whole time. Incredible. I was speaking, like, since I died, and the microphone was off the whole time. So I don't know why she didn't fire the thing at all. Is basically what I was complaining about. The, like, special attack. I'm pretty sure I was pressing the right button and she just didn't fire it once that whole fight. So I did the whole fucking fight hitless until she just decided not to fire it. Maybe you can hit those with the throwing knives? The throwing knives is the same input, it's just I press up instead. Maybe I need to find somewhere where one of them is. Wait, I want to see if I can get my silk back without starting the fight again. Is it close enough? Okay, it's not close enough. Okay, I'm going to take an intended death to move my silk closer to the other side of the arena. I'm not going to count it as a death because it's on purpose. Right, I need to find a bomb. I don't remember where there's a bomb, like, in here, I swear. Fuck you, you absolute bastard. It doesn't require silk, no. Okay. Okay, there doesn't seem to be a limit to the number of times you can do that. I swear there's a bomb over here somewhere. That's not the same thing, that's smaller. That you can break with a knife, but again, it's not the same thing. I need to find one of the big ones. Ah, there was a big one here before, but it's gone now. It's a one-time use. What is the point of that? What's the point of that being a one-time use? How exactly does that help? Well, I hope that we weren't intended to use that for something specific. Why does that big bug thing look like a robot? It's some sort of insect talus? Well, I think it is a robot. I think it looks like a robot because it is one. Bruh. Oh, I fucking dashed into it. Alright, well the answer is I don't know if I can use the throwing knife on that, which makes me not want to try it. Because I don't have one I can test it. Because apparently it's one-time use. I didn't press a button there, so I don't know why Hornet dashed. Right, microphone off again. Simply no. Simply no. Simply no. There was physically no way to dodge that. Earlier, not the last one, but the earlier one. Just actually no. Fucking Team Cherry. Okay, I'll be back in like the 10 minutes it takes me to set up another Minecraft stream. Sorry everyone, I can't do it. Maybe I can do it next week, but I just can't do it right now. I actually can't believe I don't like Silksong. It's unbelievable. Like, the worst I expected Silksong was for it to be mid. The worst. No, Silksong, Celeste, I actually anticipated there was a chance I might not like it or finish it. Celeste, I anticipated that because I knew it was a difficult platformer. Silksong, I assumed would be a sequel to Hollow Knight, but it kind of isn't really. Like, none of the changes it makes are good to the mechanics. But yeah, the absolute worst I expected was for the game to be mid, but it's actually kind of worse than mid, which is a real shame because there are parts of it that are incredible. Like, God, the soundtrack is so good. Sagan, you've arrived right at the end of the stream, unfortunately. I just can't do fourth chorus. I'm switching to Minecraft for today. Silksong may return next week. But at the end of last stream, Silksong was a 7 out of 10 for me, with the anticipation that it would get better. It's currently sitting around a 5 out of 10. There isn't a single boss in Hollow Knight that I like less than fourth chorus. And barring the tutorial, it's not okay because I'm actually going to cry because I was looking forward to this game so much. It doesn't feel like a rhythm game. There's nothing rhythm about it. It's random shit falling from the ceiling. Every attack does double damage. Half of the attacks, there's a huge chance they're going to combo you into the lava, so you take 4 damage. Sometimes the floor can be completely destroyed entirely. There are certain points where there is actually no way you can dodge because of the way the falling rocks decide to fall. The boss can start attacks while there are falling rocks, so you choose between one or the other to dodge. The way the fact that the healing requires you to have a full bar of silk is insanely stupid, and means that I never want to use any abilities because like in Hollow Knight, you can go up to a third and you can heal 1. In Silksong, you need 3, you need a full thing, and then you just heal 3, but you can't heal 1 for a third of your bar. It's so stupid because it just means that I'm never going to use my special abilities. The number of times I have missed the explosives at the top, At one point, I did the entire fight hitless and then died at the end because I couldn't hit the explosives because Hornet just wouldn't fire her fucking needle. There's nothing good about fourth chorus except for the music. It's not an attrition boss, it's a luck boss. I'm sorry. I'm glad you enjoyed it, but it's terrible. And I'm going to switch to Minecraft, so I'll see you all in 5 to 10 minutes.